Hello guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome back again for another lecture in the subject matter lie detection techniques. Today we're going to be talking about some known methods of detecting deception. So we're just going to make a general classification out of the many methods of detecting deception. So I will include here three of the classification of detecting deception. This includes the ancient form of detecting deception, and another one is the observational methods of detecting deception, and the last one is the scientific or technical methods of detecting deception. Okay, so we all know already that there are a lot of methods that is being utilized by criminal investigator in order for them to detect deception. So that implies that detecting deception is very much important in the field of criminal investigation. That even during the early days, wherein there are no scientific methods that are available, our ancestor had already conceptualized their own ways of detecting deception. So that really shows how important it is for humanity to distinguish truth from lie. So with that, let me just discuss first the first classification of detecting deception, which is the ancient form of detecting deception, and I'm talking about the ancient ordeal. So, ancient ordeal is based on the belief that God will not forsake the innocent and will not let go of the guilty person. So, ancient ordeal or trial by ordeal is a method of detecting deception wherein the person accused of a crime, the person accused of lying, will be put into ordeal. Ibig sabihin nito guys, yung tao na pinaparatangan ng isang krimen, pinaparatangang nagsisinungaling ay ilalagay sa tinatawag nating pagsubok na kung saan kailangan niya itong malampasan para mapatunayan na ang kanyang sinasabi, ang kanyang konsensya ay malinis at siya ay walang tinatagong bahid ng pagsisinungaling or tinatagong kasalanan. So, we have a lot of examples of these different ordeals that I do believe that even today, some other tribes are still practicing this way of detecting deception, wherein they're just going to put the person into ordeal in order for them to determine whether he is really telling the truth or he is lying. As I have stated, this is spiritual in nature because those who perform this have a strong faith and has a strong belief that they will be protected if they are innocent, and they will be punished if they are not telling the truth. Let me just read some of the example of these ancient ordeals that they are performing during the early days. We have, for example, the red hot iron ordeal. We have the ordeal of balance, the boiling water ordeal, ordeal of the red water, and many more. There are a lot of different methods that are being practiced worldwide. They have developed their own way of detecting deception by just putting the person into some form of ordeal in order to prove that the person is telling the truth or lying. Let me just discuss one of the example. We have here the boiling water ordeal. The boiling water ordeal is a form of ordeal wherein a person accused of lying or accused of a crime will be ordered to put his hand into a boiling water, and if there is a sign of blister, if the skin shows that the person was hurt or or sa ating salita, pwedeng makita doon na yung tao, sinawsaw niya yung kanyang kamay sa kumukulong tubig, namula, nasunog, namaga, ibig sabihin nito ay hindi siya prinotektahan ng Diyos, kaya ibig sabihin siya ay nagsisinungaling or siya ay may tinatagong kasalanan. So that's how these ordeals work. I will be discussing these different types of ordeals listed in here because this deserve another discussion for them to have an in-depth knowledge with regards to its concept and origin. So that is just one of the example of the different ordeals that they are performing during the early days, which has the purpose of differentiating a person who's telling the truth and a person who is lying. Okay? So, the first classification of detecting deception is the ancient ordeal or the use of trial by ordeal. And it is based on the belief that God Himself will provide or will assist in giving judgment in person accused of a crime. Okay? So there is a participation of an spiritual being in this way of detecting deception. So let's proceed to the next type of detecting deception, which is the observational methods of detecting deception. So what is the concept of observational method of detecting deception? Observational method of detecting deception is based on the belief that there are observable changes that will transpire in the body of the person when he is lying. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay yung mga halimbawa, yung paniniwala natin na kapag ang tao nagsisinungaling, hindi makatitig ng diretso sa iyong mga mata. Kapag ang tao ay nagsisinungaling, namumula siya habang nakikipag-usap, pinagpapawisan, hindi mapakali, at iba-iba pang mga changes na pwedeng makita ng ating dalawang mata. At yun yung basehan ng observational methods of detecting deception. Inoobserbahan yung tao at kung meron man yung mga sinasabi nating symptoms of lying or signs of lying, ay yung taong yan ay may interpret na nagsisinungaling. So that is how they use the observational methods of detecting deception as basis of classifying a person if he is lying or he is telling the truth. By the way, we have a separate discussion here wherein we discuss the seven signs and symptoms of lying. So if you haven't watched that yet, kindly watch that after this video. So that is with regards to observational methods of detecting deception, wherein it is based on the belief that a person will exhibit different observable characteristic when he is lying. And last, let's talk about the scientific or technical methods of detecting deception. What is the basis of scientific or technical method of detecting deception? Kanina, sa observational methods, we discussed about physical changes that are observable by our naked eye. Dito naman sa scientific or technical method, we are looking at physical changes. However, those changes are no longer visible to our naked eye. That is why sinabi natin that this is a scientific or technical methods of detecting deception because we are using different instrument in order to make those physical changes visible to us. Because basically, what we are recording here are changes that are transpiring within the body of human being. So yung pinag-uusapan natin sa technical or scientific methods of detecting deception, yung mga pagbabago na kung saan yun yung obserbahan natin ay hindi kita ng ating dalawang mga mata kung hindi natin gagamitan ng mga instrumento na pwedeng mag-record sa mga pagbabago na yun. Okay? So dito napapasok yung polygraph examination wherein ang dinedetect nito ay yung mga changes sa ating katawan tuwing tayo ay sumasagot ng mga katanungan. Halimbawa, ang biglaang pagtaas or pagbaba ng ating blood pressure, ang biglaang pagtaas o pagbaba ng ating pulse rate, ng ating breathing pattern, at mga iba pang pagbabago na pwedeng mangyari sa ating katawan kapag tayo ay sinasalang sa examination. Okay? What else? We have also the use of psychological stress evaluator that records the vibration of the voice of the person when he is talking. So, pwede rin dito yung paggamit ng brain fingerprinting wherein they're just going to observe the different waves that are transpiring within our brain kapag tayo ay kapag tayo naman ay sinasalang sa isang examination. So all of this and many more scientific methods of detecting deceptions records those changes that are not visible to our naked eye, and those changes are usually interpreted as a signs of lying. So you see the difference. Pag sinabi nating observational, physical changes that are transpiring, however, they are visible to our naked eye. Kitang-kita natin yung mga yon at kaya nating i-observe. Pagdating naman sa scientific or technical methods of detecting deception, these are still changes that are transpiring within our body pero hindi na siya visible. Kaya't gagamit tayo ngayon ng different instrument in order to make them visible. Okay? So those are the three general classification of the known methods of detecting deception. So with regards to the different topics such as the different ordeals or the different scientific methods or different observational methods, that will be covered in a separate lecture. Okay? So I do hope you learned something from this short discussion. If you have question relative to this, feel free to comment it down on the comment section and I will try to provide answer as soon as I can. That's it for today. See you guys on the next lecture.